So today I wanted to talk about a few things. The first thing that I wanted to discuss, a little hair on my nose, is ghosting. So this is always a big thing for a lot of people, and I want to cover this quick, fast, and in a hurry because this is something that I feel like people put so much into, and it's really not a big deal. And once you conquer this thing, um, my ladies have found success. For example, this a lot of women come to me all the time about, oh, this guy ghosted me. I don't know what to do. Blah blah blah. I really liked him, and I thought things were going great, and then all of a sudden I stopped hearing from him. You got to forget about them because first of all, you can always do better. You can always do better. That's the number one thing that you got to remember is that you can always do better. You're not lost. You're not lost. If anything, they just opened up a whole opportunity for you to find better, and they made it easier for you, and got themselves out of the way. That's number one. Number two is that don't put more stock into him than what he's putting into you. Okay, he's not a loss. You don't need to recognize him as a loss or mourn him as a loss. You are now free to do whatever you want. Now you have no distraction in your way. And that's not even just in your love life, that's in your career, that's in your weight loss or fitness goals, spirituality, whatever you are pursuing money wise. Like, now that problem is out of the way. So it's like, forget that guy. So I feel like once people realize this, then it's like there's a self knowing that comes over them so that they can approach more situations with a confidence. Like, whether this works or not, I'm good. And I'm telling you, when guys can smell that off of you, they love it. Okay? Because it's like, oh, she's not even worried. That must mean it's a lot of guys chasing after her, and they right. So it's like you gotta just go on the dates, talk to these people like, look, I don't care what happens with this, because if it's not conducive to my health and my growth, then I'm good. I'm good. Ugh. Did I see that? Oh. So I just feel like a lot of people put so much stock into these random average guys, like they are everything, and they're really nothing. There's nothing, and I'm so tired of people acting like every single guy they ghost them or don't text them back is everything, because they're nothing, and you guys are actually inflating their egos, like, way too much. So that was the first thing I wanted to cover. So that's out of the way. The second thing I wanted to cover is just being more confident when you're going out and being approached. Because the question I get all the time is, how do I approach this situation, or try to not waste my time with letting the guy know that this is the type of guy that I want. I want somebody who's romantic. I want somebody who takes care of me. Or I want a guy who knows how to do the right things and be the man of the relationship, the dating, pursue me properly, court me properly. And I really feel like when you're out, the best way to do that is just be blunt with it. Like the other day, this guy, he approached me after I had not been talking to him for a while. He actually tried to talk to me a long time ago, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get back to you on that. I got you. And I didn't get back to him. I didn't get back to him. So he was like, 2 or 3 weeks had passed, and he was like, so I still haven't heard from you. I still haven't seen you. Like, what's been going on? And he tried to make a joke. Because I was like, oh, well, I'm here now, and, we can, I basically telling him, giving him the go to move forward with me. And he was like, oh, well, since I waited this long, don't you think I deserve to be taken on a date. Yeah, you know, you know, the whole record scratch. It was like, Ari, hold up. And I straight up asked him, I was like, are you broke? Are you? Because I want to get this out of the way now before I even waste my time or any dates or anything further. Because you never know with people, and I'd rather not waste a whole bunch of time, waste a month, 6 months trying to figure this out. So, are you broke? Because usually men who ask women to pay for dates are usually broke. And he was like, "Oh no, I'm not broke at all. Actually, when did you want to go out again? Because I don't have no problem with that. I was just making a joke, but I'm sorry. You know, my bad. I'm sorry. That was the wrong joke to make. My bad." Now let me tell you something. This was a few things. A few things happened here very quickly that a lot of people would not have caught on to. Number one, it was a test to see what I was going to say. That's just straight up. It was a test to see if I was going to go for it and be like, oh, well, maybe I should, you know. He thought I was either going to say that. It was also trying to test how blunt I would be about responding to that or what I would say to that. And then, lastly, of course, it was a joke. It was said in a joking way. But a lot of guys make these little joking comments about doing things for them all the time. And I think the most common one is cooking. Oh, when you gonna cook for me and stuff? So like, I definitely like, I cut it. I cut it immediately. Like, I'm very blunt, and I feel like the best time to do this is in person, especially when they're first meeting you. If they try to ask you a bunch of questions or test you with these different types of games, then it's really, really good for you to just cut it short and let them know up front, like, oh, do you think that was going to work for you? Do you think, does that look like I'm that type? You know? And it's really, really, it's a really simple way to cut the bullshit short, you know, cut it short, and a way to let them know that you're not the one to play around like that so that they don't do it again, and scare them just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's good to always scare them just a little bit. It's always good because you never want to be that one that they're not afraid of at all. Because when they're not afraid, guys just tend to think they can get away with anything. So be blunt. Be like, oh, that sounds like money to me. It sounds like you're going to pay for that. And this is just something that I do, I have done playfully that has worked for me every single time. And I think it's because a lot of guys, they are attracted to that boldness. They are attracted to that confidence. And it puts them in a little bit of a tight spot. But guys are pressured to like try to impress. Honestly, they really, really are. Especially if they done made some stupid comment before, they're gonna be pressured to impress, or they're gonna leave you alone. And that's another thing. This will also weed them out very easily. Weed out the ones that's gonna waste your time very, very easily. It will make your life so much easier.